After defeating Mighty Goro and putting an end to Shang Tsung's rule over the tournament, Kang is able to return the contest to its rightful hosts, the Shaolin Temples. Kang's heroics will always be remembered. He will continue the traditions of the Shaolin Temples and restore the true pride and respect of this once great tournament.
Through the battles and life-or-dead situations faced during the tournament, Johnny Cage learns the true importance of his fighting skills. He also realizes the full potential of the tournament. He returns to Hollywood after defending his new title as Grand Champion. Cage goes on to film Mortal Kombat, the movie, and its many successful sequels.
Captured by Shang Tsung, Sonya's special unit was taken hostage. Their only hope was the tournament. Shang Tsung promised to release the entire team, only if Sonya could win the contest. Her victory not only released her unit, but also put an end to the Black Dragon and Shang Tsung's powerful grip on the tournament.
With the defeat of Goro and Shang Tsung, Kano will bring his own brand of treachery to the tournament. His Black Dragon organization forms a monopoly over the contest that brings shame and torment to all those involved. Their reign will end in anarchy and death. It will result in the final dismantling of the tournament and the Battle of the Sands.
Marked for death by the Lin Kuei, Scorpion was murdered by Subzero. He left behind a wife and child in his former life, but was allowed to return and avenge his death. Even with Scorpion's triumphant in the tournament and new title as Grand Champion, the price he had to pay was high. He can never again know his family and must exist forever with his secret curse.
After receiving the title of Grand Champion, Sub-Zero disappears back into the shadows from which he came. His only goal in the tournament was the assassination of Shang Tsung. He was paid a large sum of money by one of Shun's wealthy enemies. With his mission accomplished, Sub-Zero will collect his fortune and retire from his dangerous profession.
Raiden's victory comes as no surprise to him. He was never impressed by Shang Tsung's inferior sorcery, Goro's brute force, or the challenge of the other contestants. He quickly becomes bored with his mortal competition, and soon invites other gods to participate on the contest. The ensuing battles rage on for years, and the wars result in our world's final destruction. Have a nice day.
With his Shaolin Temple in ruins, Liu Kang journeys into the Outworld, enters Shao Kahn's tournament, and unleashes a fury that does not end until the defeat of Shao Kahn. Liu Kang then returns to the seclusion of his Shaolin Temple. He pays his respects to his lost brothers, and finally realizes that the events which have taken place were all fulfillment of his destiny.
A former Shaolin monk alongside Liu Kang, Kung Lao also grieves the loss of their Shaolin brothers. He realizes that his ultimate fate lies within the dark realm of the Outworld. He defeats his Outworld opponents until he emerges the Supreme Champion. With his strength and spirit in complete alignment, he finally avenges the death of his great ancestors, although his greatest challenges lie ahead.
Known for his unpredictable actions and wild fits of anger, Baraka goes on a rampage. After defeating all the warriors, he attacks Shang Tsung, Kintaro, and finally, Shao Kahn himself. After defeating Shao Kahn, Baraka's race of mutants arise from the wastelands and rebel against what is left of the Khan's army. They eventually win, and the Outworld comes under the rule of King Baraka.
Familiar with Shang Tsung's lies and Shao Kahn's brutality, Raiden accepts their challenge to compete in an Outworld tournament. He is well aware of their scheme to unbalance the Furies and invade the Earthrealm. Raiden vows to use all his might to end their treachery, By winning the tournament, Raiden destroys Shao Kahn and all his minions. He also destroys the dimensional gates, which would have been their passageway to the Earth Realm.
After disappearing from the set of his latest movie, Cage finally resurfaces. He uses all of his knowledge and experiences as a fighter to end the Outworld menace. Now heralded as a true hero, Cage receives the respect he rightfully deserves. He also gets his inspiration for the sequel to his blockbuster movie, Mortal Kombat. MK2 is released and quickly becomes the greatest motion picture event of all time. Cage realizes that Mortal Kombat 3 is inevitable.
Upon learning of Sub-Zero's reappearance, Scorpion enters Shao Kahn's tournament. He witnesses Sub-Zero spare the life of an opponent, and realizes that this is not the same Sub-Zero who murdered him so long ago. He lets the ninja live, and goes on to defeat the Outworlders in their unholy contest. With the defeat of Shao Kahn, Scorpion finds a new purpose for his existence. He becomes the guardian of the new Sub-Zero, to atone for murdering his older brother, in preparation for a third tournament.
Reptile has always loyally served as Shang Tsung's protector. While maintaining a very low profile in the first tournament, he discovered Tsung's plot to force the remaining members of his near-extinct race into slavery under Shao Kahn's rule. Reptile then devises a plan of his own. He enters the Outworld tournament, defeats Shao Kahn, and turns against Shang Tsung, ending his master's scheme. Now his race can live on in their own peaceful existence.
When Sub-Zero failed to return from the Shaolin tournament, and rumor of Shang Tsung's survival reached the Lin Kuei clan, they immediately sent another assassin to complete the task. This new warrior is actually the younger brother of the original Sub-Zero. He enters the Outworld contest and accomplishes his task. He learns of Scorpion's foul vendetta against his brother, but will never know why his life was spared. Perhaps a third tournament is in his future.
Through her years of working as an assassin, Kitana has learned many secrets, especially about her own past. She finds that Mileena is not her twin, but a grotesque clone created by Shang Tsung. She learns that her parents were former rulers of the Outworld overthrown by Shao Kahn. Determined to take back what is rightfully hers, she must defeat Shao Kahn himself. She does so by entering the tournament. She retakes her parents' castle and restores the Outworld back into a realm of nobility. Once thought to be Kitana's twin sister, Mileena is actually a grotesque clone created by Shang Tsung, with Shao Kahn suspicious of Kitana's motives.
Mileena seizes the opportunity to attack Khan and his minions. Caught off guard, they are no match for Mileena's speed. She wins the tournament, and together with her secret companion Baraka, they rule the world as king and queen.
Jax finds Sonya held captive alongside their arch-enemy Kano. Her only chance of escape is by Jax entering Shao Kahn's contest. With fierce determination, he catches the Outworld warriors off guard and wins the tournament, bringing Shao Kahn's rule to a crashing halt. During the chaos that follows, Jax and Sonya escape through the dimensional gate from which they entered. Kano once again eludes capture, but Jax and Sonya know they will cross paths with him in the future.
Shang Tsung not only turns against and defeats both Kintaro and Shao Kahn, he also takes over their rule of the Outworld. With Shao Kahn's armies at his command, he finally unbalances the Furies and weakens the dimensional gates between the Outworld and the Earth Realm. Along with his elite group of sorcerers, he uses this weakness to march a never-ending horde of demons onto the Earth and doom its inhabitants to eternal darkness. Have a nice day.
After thwarting Shao Kahn in the past, Liu Kang finds himself the prime target of Shao Kahn's extermination squads. But Kang is the reigning Mortal Kombat champion, and proves it by easily defeating Kahn's minions. But it is the apparent death of his friend Kung Lao that enrages Kang, and enables him to find the strength to defeat Shao Kahn. Then, before the portal closes, Liu Kang is greeted by Princess Kitana, and thanked for saving the Earth and the Outworld.
When Shao Kahn invades Earth, Kung Lao must scrap his plans of reuniting the White Lotus Society. He instead must focus on the new tournament. He seeks Liu Kang, and together they battle Kahn's forces fearlessly. Using the knowledge he obtained as a Shaolin monk, he fights in the name of his great ancestors, the original Kung Lao. He emerges victorious, but suffers from injuries during battle with Kahn. Believed to have passed away, Kung Lao joins his ancestors in a new life.
The second time Jax battles the forces of Shao Kahn, he comes prepared. Thought to be the strongest man on Earth, he has no problem proving it. First by beating Kahn's armies, and then by defeating the Emperor himself. When the war reverts back to normal, Jax and Sonya starts the Outworld Investigation Agency. Jax runs the Exploratory Division, which learns to open portals through science rather than magic. He leads the first expedition into a mysterious new realm.
Sonya defeats her arch-enemy Kano, high atop a skyscraper near Shao Kahn's fortress. She then comes face to face with the Emperor himself. In an incredible display of courage, Sonya wins. When the world returns to its normal state, Sonya has no trouble convincing her superiors to form the Outer World Investigation Agency, devoted to protecting the Earth against possible future invasions from other realms.
Ignorant of why his soul was spared from the Outworld invasion, Stryker receives a vision from Raiden. He's instructed to travel west. He eventually meets the rest of Earth's warriors and learns the true meaning of his survival. He travels back to the city he swore to protect. Kahn is unfamiliar with this new combatant and is caught off guard. Stryker defeats the warlord and saves the entire planet. The chaos that consumed the city in the hours before the invasion are gone.
After returning from near death, Kabal swears revenge against his attackers. He fights alongside the other Earth warriors. When he defeats Motaro and the mighty Shao Kahn, he proves that he truly is the Chosen One. Before the invasion, Kabal lived a life of crime. He was once a member of the Black Dragon along with Kano. Now Kabal devotes his life to fighting injustice. He will give crime's inner circles a new reason to fear.
When Shao Kahn lets Kano live, he fails to realize the resourcefulness of the scheming human. Kano lures Kahn's armies away on a false mission, then nukes them using a stolen weapon. He fights the remaining warriors and finally defeats Kahn himself. Kano's true intention is to take over the souls which Kahn once possessed, but Kano is unable to control the spirits as they escape and attack him. Rumored to have suffered a violent death, Kano was ignorant of the fact that he saved the world he tried to conquer.
Nightwolf helps the other Earth warriors escape to his sacred land. Once there, they regroup and plan a form of attack against Shao Kahn's invasion. Nightwolf has trained hard for this battle. Finally, he faces Shao Kahn and emerges victorious. When the Earth returns to its normal state, Nightwolf peacefully regains his land his Native American people lost over many years. They establish their own proud nation and soon become the great leaders of Earth.
In vicious battle, Sub-Zero faces Cyrax and Sector, but not alone. He finds his third Lin Kuei assassin, the elusive Smoke. Before automation, Smoke and Sub-Zero were allies. Sub-Zero helps Smoke recall his past and gains him as an ally once again. Sub-Zero defeats his cyborg assassins with the help of Smoke, and finds it takes all his own inner strengths to defeat Kahn and his Outworld minions. The former ninja once again disappears into the shadows, his legacy known only by a select few.
Cyrax is captured by Sub-Zero and reprogrammed with new orders to destroy Shao Kahn. With Kahn unable to detect his assassin's soulless presence, Cyrax delivers a successful sneak attack. However, after eliminating Kahn and saving Earth, Cyrax awaits new orders from his Lin Kuei headquarters. The orders never come, and Cyrax malfunctions. He ends up stranded in the middle of a vast desert, blindly heading toward his base. After eventually terminating Sub-Zero, Sector is attacked by Shao Kahn's army. Unfamiliar with the Outworld warriors, Sector fights back. He targets Kahn and all Outworld beings as threats to the Lin Kuei. Kahn's minions are no match for Sector, who fights his way into the fortress. Once inside, Sector initiates his self-destruct sequence. The resulting explosion is so massive that it closes the portal and returns Earth back to normal.
Smoke was once a friend and ally of Sub-Zero when they both tried to escape from being turned into machines by their ninja clan. But Smoke is captured and transformed into a cyborg with a mission to find and kill his own partner. But Smoke soon finds himself being pursued by Shao Kahn's minions. He learns he still has a soul, and his true mission is the destruction of the Outworld invaders. He defeats Kahn and saves the world, but is forever trapped in his artificial body.
While Shiva serves her master on Earth, her race of Shokan are being punished on the Outworld. Kahn now favors Motaro's race of centaurs and aids them in defeating the Shokan. After learning of these events, Shiva turns on her master. She defeats Motaro and, in a rage, brings down Kahn. In freeing the Earth, she also frees the Outworld. She then returns home and works to restore the pride and respect of her race.
Sindel receives visions of her true past and turns against Shao Kahn. She discovers that her true king was named Jared. They once had a daughter named Kitana and ruled a realm called Aidenia before Kahn took it away in their own Mortal Kombat. He uses Sindel as a pawn in his quest for Earth and took Kitana as his own daughter. But in defeating Shao Kahn, Sindel frees the Earth. In doing so, she also liberates Aidenia and assures a reunion with her 10,000-year-old daughter, Kitana.
When Shao Kahn overtakes the Earth, he needs Shang Tsung to help locate the surviving humans. Granted his new powers, Tsung soon discovers his Dark Emperor's true plan. As soon as the remaining warriors are disposed of, Kahn will take Tsung's own soul. After learning this, Tsung turns on his master. He catches Motaro off guard and then defeats Shao Kahn. But before the Earth can return to normal, Tsung takes all of the souls as his own. He will forever rule the Earth with his own brand of evil.
Scorpion is inadvertently released from his damnation in hell when Khan's plans to overtake that realm goes awry. Free to roam Earth, Scorpion is enlisted by the Emperor to aid him in his quest to destroy the Chosen Warriors. But his allegiance to Shao Kahn falters when he discovers one of the Chosen Warriors to be Sub-Zero. Scorpion has vowed to protect the ninja as restitution for killing his brother. Shao Kahn finds himself the victim of his own scheme as Scorpion is forced to turn against him. He destroys the Emperor, and the Earth is returned to normal. Scorpion finds himself once again roaming the pits of hell, only to one day rise again.
Having been killed in the first tournament, Sub-Zero somehow seems to have emerged to win the third tournament. However, upon removing his mask, both the Outworld and the Earth-born warriors are shocked to discover the true identity of this warrior. A warrior who has been missing from a previous Mortal Kombat, and one who will return in the 4th tournament. At first a passing observer, Noob Saibot would soon receive orders to side with the evil Emperor Shao Kahn. Saibot's leaders in the Netherrealm want him to join Khan's battle to gain his trust and to gain entrance into the Earthrealm. When Khan drops his guard, Noob Saibot is ordered to attack. With both the Earthrealm and the Outworld's Emperor defeated, the fallen Elder God known as Shinnok can take both realms and gain the power he needs to strike back at the Elder Gods who banished him to the Netherrealm.
Reptile is ordered by Shao Kahn to find and kill Kitana. He is successful in completing his task, but upon returning, finds himself shunned by the Emperor. Shao Kahn promised Reptile that if he was successful, that he would resurrect Reptile's race. Shao Kahn never had any intention of fulfilling his promise. Enraged, Reptile turns against his master and defeats him in battle. But by killing his master, Reptile destroys the one chance to ever know his true race.
Having been in hiding since the first Mortal Kombat, neither the Earth nor the Outworld has recognized this elusive ninja. Ermac uses his victory in the tournament to prove his existence, as well as a warning that he will return as an unstoppable force in the 4th Mortal Kombat.
Rain fights valiantly for the Emperor Shao Kahn, but it would be Khan's own stepdaughter, the Princess Kitana, who turns Rain against him. Like Kitana, Rain's origins also come from their former realm of Edenia. He learns that his father was once a general in Edenia's army and died at the hands of Shao Kahn himself. Enraged at the truth about his history, he joins Kitana in aligning with the Earthrealm warriors. But his allegiance comes under question when he mysteriously disappears during an extermination squad attack. To prove his loyalty, he embarked on a suicide mission to destroy Shao Kahn and end the menace once and for all.
Winning the tournament enables Smoke to escape his artificial body. He then devotes his life to study the fighting skills of his counterpart ninjas, Scorpion, Subzero, and Reptile. Without warning, Smoke once again vanishes. He retreats into the hidden forest to continue his study and will remain there until he has perfected the skills of the remaining ninjas and can compete in Mortal Kombat 4.
Kitana evades the evil clutches of Shao Kahn and escapes into the unknown regions of Earth. She survives an assassination attempt by the vile creature Reptile and allies herself with her one-time comrade, Jade. Together, with the help of Earth's warriors, Kitana reaches Sindel and turns the Queen against her Emperor. With Shao Kahn defeated, the Earth is changed back to its original state, as is Kitana's realm of Edenia. She will forever be in debt to her friends from Earth, as she rules the new realm of Edenia at Queen Sindel's side.
Winning the 3rd tournament enables Mileena to reclaim her role as the Outworld Queen. With the help of Baraka, she then takes both Sindel and her daughter Kitana hostage. Together, they threaten Shao Kahn with their lives, unless he lures the Earthborn warriors into a 4th Mortal Kombat, where Baraka can regain his title as the ultimate Mortal Kombat champion.
Jade makes the decision to assist her longtime friend Kitana. She thwarts an assassination attempt by Reptile against the princess and fends off their other Outworld enemies. This clears the path for Kitana to turn Sindel against the Emperor Shao Kahn. With Sindel removed as an enemy, Jade finds herself facing the Emperor in combat. She defeats him, and both Earth and her former homeland of Edenia are transformed to their original states. Jade has earned herself a place alongside the great heroes of Mortal Kombat.
You have proven to be the supreme Mortal Kombat warrior. The Elder Gods now descend upon your world to grant you eternal power. More Kombat. Fall of 95.